I'm Jane Aubrey here with Phil Anderson. Phil, your thoughts on stage one of the Tour Down Under?
Well, stage one was a difficult 149 kilometre stage, and I think I heard Greipel saying after the finish that it was one of the toughest stages he's ever ridden. So the big issue today was the wind. They had 140 kilometres into a blockhead wind, and there were a couple of corners, and that kind of split up the field because then the headwind becomes a crosswind, and the roads are only certain width, and that split everybody up. But it all came back together. There was a break of the day, 4 riders off in front. The peloton let them go because they got up to like 11 minutes, and I think the last rider caught was only 5 or 6 kilometres from the finish. So it was inevitable that it was going to come back together for a sprint. It came down to a mass sprint. Some very nervous riders coming into the finish, and there was some touch of wheels, and there's a bit of a crash coming into town, and that screwed up a lot of the riders who were favourites to win here. However, the winner of the classic from the other day, Greipel, came out best. It was a photo finish with the Italian Kentucky, so those two, I think we're going to see a few good battles coming up. But riders taken out with the sprint. I think Roy McEwen, his name came up. I don't think he's hurt, but he sort of lost the wheels, and really disturbs the pace when something like that happens. But anyway, so now it's up to stage 2.
Just speaking of Robbie McEwen and Green Edge, how do you think they're placed heading into the rest of the tour? It was a bit of a frustrating race for them today. I think they had about 6 come through in one of the bunches that had been caught up in the crash. Do they have anything to prove, do you think?
I think Green Edge are in a great place. I don't think they have anything to prove, but they want to prove. They want to start the year on a good note, and they've done very well so far. I think there were a number of riders. There were lots of riders who were caught up in that crash. A number of Green Edges stuck behind. The road was blocked, so nobody could get through. And because it's in the last 3 kilometres, they all get the same time. I think tomorrow, it's quite a difficult circuit out there at Stirling, and I think they have 3 or 4 laps, local laps there of 20 odd kilometres. So the finish is going to be pretty tough tomorrow. So
who do you see as being a big threat in Stirling?
I think Matthews actually, who's Australian on a rubber bank. He won there last year because it's a slightly uphill finish, and if it goes slightly uphill in a mass sprint, he's very strong. So for me, he's my favourite, and he's got some strong riders to lead him out there. Greipel, I don't think he's got what it takes on an uphill finish like that. But still, we're only on day 1, looking day 2. Everybody's sort of anxiously waiting for day 5, which is going to be a top finish, and I think Green Edge's P there is Simon Guerin, so we'll have to see how he goes through. I don't think he was caught up in the crash today, so he's looking after himself, and Captain Meyer, of course, also on the same team. So they're looking very strong, and things to prove. They want to prove they're a worthy team to be at the Pro Tour level.
How much of a role do you think the heat of today will play in how we see things play out tomorrow?
Well, today was pretty tough. I think tomorrow is going to be quite a bit cooler. They're talking about showers in the morning, so that'll be a relief for everybody. It's difficult for the Europeans who have come over here. A lot of them are training, indoors. There's snow outside. I mean, it hasn't been a particularly cold winter over there, but the Nordists have to put up with some pretty cold conditions. You come over here, and it's they're long days and very warm days. I think it's going to warm up again by the weekend. They're saying the weekend's going to be very warm, so it'll possibly affect the Europeans more than it will the Australians.
Phil Anderson, we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thank you very much for your time.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.